Humanity has been driven from Earth, but now it's time to take it back. Join the Reconquest and fight the Scourge on the Drop Zone Commander Hub at beastsofwar.com. Anime cyberpunk style meets skirmish combat in Infinity. Experience 8 high-tech factions and fight to control the human sphere at the Infinity Hub on beastsofwar.com.
Hello everybody and welcome back. I am joined by Adnane from Monolith yet again, and we are going to be talking about another mode for Batman, Gotham City Chronicles. So, what do we have today?
Well, we have the Versus mode, Justin, which is an expansion that we'll be offering during the Kickstarter. Okay, so you'll need a core box to play it, and we'll be able to get this Versus mode on top of it. What comes in this Versus mode is an additional command board. Okay.
Oh, so we have the red and the blue.
Exactly,
okay.
We have the villain and the heroes. What I should mention before is that if you want to make sure you understand everything, every aspect of the Versus mode, you should be familiar with how the villain plays in the Adventure mode. Okay, so make sure to check the previous video to make sure you understand how he plays, because we're not going to come back on those basics.
Yes.
But yes, in this Versus mode, you will have an additional command board. You will have the tiles for the hero and many other things in the box, and it will allow you to play this mode where we are not just like in the Adventure mode where you have one player versus many. You will have one player versus another player, so that's really more of a skirmish mode.
So we're both basically activating as if we were both activating villain stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, that two command boards facing each other, tiles to activate your units. How does it work? Well, basically it works the same way as the villain in the Adventure mode. You will still have to pay a certain cost according to the tile you want to activate and its position on the river.
So if I wanted to activate Batman, I would
position
pay
3.
3?
Exactly, to your fatigue zone. Take the tile, flip it at the end, and slide all the other ones to the left. Exactly, and then you'll be able to play with the Batman.
There we go.
So that's exactly the same way it works in the Adventure mode. The other important aspect is that now we have an additional layer of, let's say, activation potential that you have. In the Adventure mode, the villain can activate 0, 1, or 2 tiles.
Yes.
Okay, that was fixed. It did never changed. Here in the Versus mode, the number of tiles you can activate is dictated by those energy cubes that you have on top of your regular energy cubes. That's the activation potential.
Okay.
Okay. How does it work? Well,
I've activated 1 here.
Yeah, actually, the way we should do it, the way you did it is the Adventure mode way. What we should do is that if I want to activate a tile, the first tile during my turn is going to cost me 1 of this cube that I'm going to take from this zone and take it to my, let's say, exhausted fatigue zone. So then I can spend the 3 cubes to activate Batman and take the tile at the end. If I want to activate a second tile during my turn,
let's just
let's take the example to the end. If I want now to activate a second tile, let's say I want to play those SWAT guys, it is the second tile I activate during my turn, so it's going to cost me 2 of these cubes.
So they would go to here as well.
Exactly.
Okay, and then SWAT.
And then
2
SWAT 2, they are on position 2. I have to spend 2 energy cubes, and I can play them.
Okay.
And now, as you can see, I am out of energy cubes in that zone. So that means that I cannot activate any more.
So this will end your turn.
That will end my turn. Yeah. At the beginning of my next turn, I will recuperate a certain amount of this cube, and it will always be 2 of them.
I see.
It's indicated on the command board. I will take them, place them here, and then I can start my turn again.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, from your first turn already, you have a lot of choices to make.
Yes.
Because you can elect to activate only 1 tile.
Yes.
And stop there.
Yes.
Which means that next turn you will recuperate 2 more cubes, and now you can do more stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, if I only activate 1 continuously, I'm accruing more. So eventually, I'll have a turn where I can activate 3.
Exactly. But in the meantime, you've activated only 1 tile, which means that if the guy opposing you is activating 1 or 2.
Management.
Yeah, it can take, the lead in the scenario, and maybe a lead that you will never be able to catch up because you've only activated 1 tile at a time.
Yeah, And now we still have heroes in this.
Yes, we do.
So I'm seeing Batman, I'm seeing Jim Gordon.
Yep.
And I'm seeing these two tracks here. Are these to measure their health, yeah?
Exactly. What do we have here? We have those tokens that we will place in this spots, and we have a little cube that will be, in this track and tell us what is the health points of this specific characters. Yeah, and we have also a small change to the adventure mode. This token here, you see that it has a little bit.
Yes, an extra piece blocking out one of the slots.
Exactly. So that means that you can defend. You can spend 3 cubes on the defense,
yes.
Where in the invention mode you can spend 4.
Yes.
That's a small change, but it's really an important one.
Yeah, well, if you think that one extra defense that you can't make every turn is again going to accrue and gather up.
Exactly. So that's small changes. Well, this one is actually a big change because it's an over.
This I like.
Yeah, it's a layer on top of it. It's really another level of choice, another level of strategy. It's really, really fun to play, and it takes really the system to another level. Really.
It also means that if you're playing 1v1, it's very, very tidy to play against each other.
Yeah.
And you can actually start bringing in the GCPD, the SWAT, and all of that, and actually have, well, like you said, more of a skirmish feel to the game. So
exactly.
It's a very, very nice idea.
Yeah.
Any other major changes?
The way it's even more like a skirmish game is that you'll be able to draft your team at the beginning of a scenario. Actually, the scenario is going to give you the objectives, the number of turns, tell you who has the initiative, which board to use, but it will also tell you which class of, which level of units you can recruit in your team.
I see.
Okay, we have actually, let's say 4 different levels. We have headquarter, lieutenants, elites, and goon. Okay, so the headquarter and the lieutenants are heroes or iconic villains.
Yes.
You will have, for instance, here we have Bane, who is the headquarter, and we have the Joker, who is his lieutenants.
What does that mean? Seems the wrong way around to me.
Yeah, but it's for this specific scenario. You know, you have the level of the tile indicated here.
So
the only difference, so that's 2. That actually we could have switched the thing around and have Joker as the headquarter. The only difference, and it is a big difference, is that the event tile, when you trigger the event tile, it will trigger an event that is linked to your headquarter, to a specific power linked to your headquarter.
I see.
So in this case, if Bane is my headquarter, the event that I will trigger will be for him. In this case, he will be able to juice up and turn into a stronger version of Bane. So you would remove the tile. And replace it with the Bane with the Venom, stronger.
Changes the stats.
Tougher one. He has different stats, exactly. If we had the other way around, it would have been the Joker power that you activate.
Okay, please tell me the Joker has laughing gas.
Of course he does, as the Joker. And that's very important. Every hero, every villain has his own specific power. Really, you will not find two powers that will be exactly the same for 2 separate villains or 2 separate heroes. We have really created a specific one for each character, so you really get the feeling of the game and really feeling of the universe, and really this choice of who is lieutenant, who is the headquarter will really be an important one.
Okay, what does Batman do?
Batman actually can disappear in a puff of smoke.
Oh.
Can go stealthy. Actually, he drops some smoke in his area, and he can place some blips, some tokens around him, and of course one is actually Batman and the other ones are only blips, and he can reappear, and when he does, he can punch a guy for free in the area where he reappears. That
could be useful. Now here's an important question. Whenever your heroes go down in this version of the game, I assume that's them properly out of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's none of this, okay, you're just knocked out, just take out time,
no.
back.
In this case, when the life points of a hero goes to 0, his tile, that's Batman who is here, his tile is flipped, just like in adventure mode, and goes at the end.
Version.
Yeah, goes at the end of the river.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
In this one, the heroes don't come back.
And do we have still the reinforcements for the lower levels, the elites and goons?
No.
It's just a stand-up fight?
Yes, it is. Well, in some scenarios, it's going to be more complicated than that. You will have to activate or deactivate bombs in this case, or activate computers, or solve riddles, or do you know, escort someone out of the map, things like this. But yes, the fact that you will be also able to draft your whole team really changes every time that you are going to play the game.
It's going to give you a very different feel and flavor to the game. More of a... Now, I mean, like, whenever we've played a game off camera, whenever we played through, we were playing the adventure mode, and I felt heroic. I felt like I was standing there, 10 foot tall and bulletproof. I am Batman, I am the Knight. This very much feels like it's, you know, the Joker has had enough of your shenanigans, Batman, and today's your number's up.
Exactly.
You know, so it's going to be a very... I'm looking at it thinking the tactical options, my meta brain. You are setting off my meta brain like nothing else here, wondering what will be the strongest team of heroes I could bring together to actually get into scenarios to actually do stuff.
Each setup will be different on different maps, different objectives, different position for your goons, your elites, your headquarters, etc. All this will drastically change the feel of the game. I mean, basically drafting your team, you know, I mean, it takes the game to another level at this stage.
And is that drafting open? So I would see who you're drafting, so I can draft.
It's open. It's actually you pick one, I pick one.
Oh,
so you can, you know, counter pick.
Yeah. So if I see you've picked, say, the Penguin, I'll maybe grab, say, Nightwing or something.
Whoever you think is
he's
good.
Got some abilities that might counter it.
Exactly.
Very interesting.
Yeah, the team with the initiative will be picking first, and then we'll go back and forth up until we have created our roster. And
do you have to pick your HQ and Lieutenant first, or can you sort of be sneaky and leave that to the end, or is that still being developed?
You can, well, that's still being discussed, but the orientation we're taking right now is that you have to first take your headquarter and your lieutenant, because that's really, like in many other games, that the base...
recruiting the rest of the team.
Exactly, and really that's kind of obvious sometimes, because when you have the SWAT and the GCPD in your roster, you know that you're going to pick someone who has a high level to, you know, manage the other units and to make them stronger, like Jim Gordon can, things like this. So yes, it's this counter pick will also be interesting to play.
Okay, important question. I'm not sure if this has been figured out yet, but I'm going to ask it anyway. I'm going to put you on the spot, maybe make you a little uncomfortable, but deal with it. Whenever you come to actually start the game, I assume the river is completely empty.
Yes.
How do you decide what order the actual characters go into?
It's given by the scenario.
It's given by the scenario.
The scenario sets up everything you need except who you're going to play with. It tells you spots. Well, actually, Batman was on spot number 3. It will tell you Batman. Well, your headquarter is on spot number 3. Your lieutenant is on spot number 5. Your elites are on spot number 1. You're going to place them here, 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 and here on the board. Everything is open.
It's just you're changing who that person in that location is.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah. If you have a starting location for, let's say, your goons, some of your goons which are an elevated area, you may want to pick some goons who are good at jumping, you know, have a good parkour level, so they can jump those places without having to go all around with the stairs, etc. So things like this, the initial position of the units really can also, you know, direct you in your choice, but not necessarily. It's really up to you, because you can choose the SWAT guys and leave them up there and just shoot from above and never go to a ground level. It's up to you.
I am very tempted to do one thing with this, just as a bit of a muckabout with a mate. Actually, just have a battle of the gods. Take every single high-level character, put them in, and just have, you know, a team deathmatch.
Yeah, you could. You could also do that. Yeah, you could also do that.
It sounds fun. I like the changes to resource management. That potential is going to leave your tactical options very different.
Yeah. Also
the fact that you're playing directly against each other in a very different way to actually complete objectives, while both having the same sort of, okay, I can activate my elite very cheaply, but he's going to be able to activate his HQ a bit sooner than mine.
Exactly.
So should I actually activate that elite instead of going after, you know, my objective? Should I maybe go and try and tie up that HQ who I think he's going to activate next?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's again, meta brain tactics are just going,
yeah, because you still have your objective to pursue. You still have an objective that tells you whether you lose or not. You're not only here, you know, to go fall out on the
looking
opponent.
at those blocking plays as well as completing my objective plays while going, you know what? Sometimes it feels good just to actually stab someone in the neck and
exactly.
just say, okay, goodbye, goon, get out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting. Is that everything for it, or is there?
Yes, I think I've covered it all.
Okay. Well, everybody, I tell you what, get your comments in below. Tell us, what do you think of the versus mode for the new Batman game from Monolith? I'm quite liking it. Okay, I've said it already. My tactical brain is bubbling here, but I'll have to actually wait to see what the scenarios are like before I actually make the final call on it. So get your comments and thoughts down below. We'll move on. We will see you in the next one.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now, and be sure to check out beastsofwar.com for the latest gaming news and gaming Let's Plays. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.